What's up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Starbound beta. When we left off, we had made a perimeter. It's probably the best way to describe this. I don't know what this is going to be. I guess the farm asteroid, I suppose, is probably a good way to put it. Oh, well, that's how you fall. So some of you may be wondering why, or you might be used to it by now, why there was a Civ episode yesterday and now today we're back on Starbound. Well, kinda once again we ran into a scheduling issue with the three of us, so we were able to record the one episode but didn't have an opportunity to do another one. So, yeah, that's still there. It'd be kind of cool. It would probably be a good idea too, if I can set aside a time with the posse, as I've taken to calling them, to do just like bulk recording and just get the whole thing, like, kind of just maybe not finish the whole match or anything, but get like a good chunk done, right? So that we don't have little piecemealed episodes. And for those of you that have been, I don't know if there's any fans out there of BS building. If so, give a shout out. Let me know that you love it. But for fans of that series that are wondering where that is, that actually had to do with Baseplaya's hard drive. So essentially the hard drive he uses for recording is on the fritz. So it's probably also why you haven't seen any episodes from him lately either. So he didn't want to do any more episodes on the BS building series until he could record it too, since he wants to put it on his channel as well, which I don't fault him for. So we haven't been able to record any more of that until he resolves his hard drive issues. So, and as always, if you have any questions on where a series has gone or why there's no progress on it or something, leave a comment or inbox me or whatever, and I will be more than happy to try and answer any questions. Hopefully, I don't know, man. I got so many series running on my channel right now. It's cray cray. I don't think I haven't really looked at walkthroughs or anything, but I've looked at the table of contents for walkthroughs for stuff like Killzone, and I am pretty sure that we're almost done with that one. In which case I will have to probably find a replacement. I have a few ideas that I've been rolling around in my head. Stuff like Kerbal Space Program. I do have that now. I bought it on Steam during some of the Steam sales that were going on, but I've never played it before, but I know a lot of YouTubers that have done it, or are still doing it. Let's see, what other stuff? I actually have... So this is kind of a funny story. I purchased Armored Core 5 for PS3. If you don't know what Armored Core is, it's a mech sim / action game, I guess. You know, it's all about you do missions and then collect parts and build your mech the way you want it. So fans of stuff like Gundam and shows like that kind of fit in right at home with Armored Core. But I bought it a long time ago, right? And for those of you that may not know, Caden Red Pearl from Infinity Gamer is one of my best friends in real life, actually, and we've been huge Armored Core fans since, like, I don't know, like PlayStation 1 when they were first doing stuff, and so we both reserved it, we both bought it, and we're like, alright, let's do like a joint YouTube series on this and it'll be a lot of fun, right? Then I get a call a few days later, and I'm like, hey, when are we gonna do Armored Core? And he was like, for whatever reason, it won't record for him. He's got the same setup that he always uses, and he's got other stuff in the works, like Need for Speed and Gran Turismo and whatnot, but for whatever reason, he cannot get Armored Core to work. So, I had kind of been waiting on him to do anything with it, and by the time he told me he couldn't get it to work, well, basically, I already had my schedule full of other games, so I didn't have any place to put Armored Core, so it has pretty much sat on my shelf since it came out. So I've had it this whole time. Haven't played it because I wanted to do a series on it. Though if no one's interested, then I might just start playing it on my own. So yeah, I have stuff like that. There's a part of me that really wants to do a Dark Souls 2 when it comes out, because I think, not so much for the game itself, but I think it would yield for some really comical commentary, because that game, it doesn't, like, scare me, like I have nightmares or something, but it startles me. Like, stuff jumps out at you all the time. So it makes me jump a lot. But, I don't know, I've always kind of tried to keep my channel relatively family-friendly, or kid-friendly, or whatever. I know that, recently I've done stuff like Metal Gear and Assassin's Creed, but aside from the gore, which I put a little disclaimer on, there's really not a whole lot of, like, over-the-top scary or really dark stuff. And, I mean, just the name of Dark Souls implies it's gonna be a pretty dark game, right? And, I mean, there's, like, really gross monsters and freaky stuff and creepy ghosts and phantoms and just some stuff that can really mess with your head. Again, it doesn't really bother me, but, you know, I have to keep in mind of what I'm putting out on my channel, too, so I probably... There's part of me that wants to, but I'm pretty sure my gut instinct will probably will out, and I probably won't do that one. But there's still quite a few games that I have or am intending to buy, or at least play, that I want to do. Kerbal's one that I really want to get into, because I've heard a lot of really good stuff about it. It's another one of those I just haven't had a time slot for it. So I've been thinking, though, with the advent that I've looked up, what was I talking about? Killzone. I've looked up Killzone's walkthroughs a few times and looked at the chapter listings and stuff, and I think we're only like 1 or 2 away from the end of the game. So I don't think we'll have, and I don't really feel like doing 100% or anything like that as far as walkthroughs or something like that. I'll probably just play through the campaign and be done with it. So, unfortunately, well, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I started the collections for Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear, and because of how A, big those games are, and B, how many games the collections have in them, I doubt that will be going anywhere anytime soon. It'll just be new games from the collection, but I'll probably still be doing the same collections. I gotta admit. Alright. So this is enough room, I think, to work with. I apologize if you're looking for a lot of progress in this episode. Again, I wasn't aware of the time schedule conflict for Civ until, like, yesterday. So, as far as recording goes, so I'm kind of throwing this episode together, so I don't really have the time to do cuts and transitions and things like that, so I apologize if you're like, yes, you're digging, we get it, because that's not really my intent. But I figured since I'm just talking and digging, I'd take the opportunity to kind of pick your brains, all of you viewers out there, and find out some stuff, your thoughts on series, if you want to see a Kerbal, if you're tired of seeing Kerbal because everyone on YouTube does it, you know, stuff like that. And I know there's a lot of Dark Souls fans out there. I am one of them, but I'm telling you right now, don't get your hopes up for a playthrough of that, because as much as... Oh, come on! Okay, first of all, why are you here? And second of all, why are my trees not growing? This is frustrating me. I had one tree. I hope this works. I hope it's not, like, the wrong... I should probably have looked up the right dimensions. You know, like how Minecraft, there's a science to it. I probably should have looked that up. Maybe. Okay, let's do... Let's see how many of these we can make. 13? That's it? Well, that's not going to be nearly enough. Okay, oh! Yay, more glass. Woohoo! Can always... With this space, I can always use more glass. I probably shouldn't have told it to smelt because I'm going to leave. So yeah, I like Dark Souls 2 and everything. I'm going to reserve it pretty soon here. Refinery, where'd you go? There you are. But yeah, just because of how dark and spooky it can be and everything, I wouldn't, if I were you, I would not get my hopes up for a Dark Souls playthrough. There's, like I said, there's a part of me that wants to, but kind of what I want to do with my channel and what content I want to put on my channel, it's pushing it. Like Assassin's Creed, Metal Gear, and all those are pushing it for me. Like it's stuff I play, but as far as what I want on my channel, and the, you know, I kind of wanted a channel where anybody and everybody could just show up and be like, oh, they have a video, let's just watch it, and not really have to worry about what's in it. Hence why I edit stuff and things like that. And I mean, with Assassin's Creed and Metal Gear and stuff, I did put disclaimers on them that, you know, the profanity and things like that are edited, but it's still pretty bloody, you know, because there's kids and parents and stuff that need to know that kind of stuff, as opposed to just, you know, just watching whatever. And then, I mean, adults is one thing, but it's good to preface things, you know, so that people are aware of what they're getting into. So I did that, you know, with stuff like Assassins and Metal Gear and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know, man. Souls is just so... it's intense. Between the monsters you fight and just the atmosphere and everything, it's pretty dark, I won't lie. So yeah, I'm gonna play it, and ow, I will most likely love it to bits, but I just don't know if I'll actually be putting anything up on it. But I mean, there's a ton of games out there, stuff like Kerbal I actually have, which is why I'm thinking so strongly about making a series out of it, is that I already actually bought it. I don't need to buy anything else, you know, stuff like that. I'm trying to think of others. There was the Armored Core one, which I thought about doing and may still do, if you guys really would actually enjoy watching it. Alright, so let's see. Let's space this out, since I really haven't measured anything here. Let me take a break from babbling for a second, and let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do like 4. Or no, 5. Let's give us... Is this 5? I don't know, whatever this is. Let's just do this. Because that'll give us some room. What is this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 from the dirt. Did. Let's see how this works. 1, 2, okay. Let's see how many rows this gets us. This will actually be a lot bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 than the last asteroid that we built. This one's going to be quite a bit larger at this rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like we're going to be a little off at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. Is that even possible to do that accurately? Holy crap. That's pretty amazing. I just blew my own mind. That's pretty freaking epic. I mean, seriously. How awesome is that? That it was just, we're winging it. We're just gonna put this many down. And it ends up being, like, the perfect amount ever. That's so cool. So yeah. With the advent of knowing that Killzone's about to come to an end pretty soon here, I've just been debating and speculating on what series that I would want to run in its place after it's gone. I know a lot of people that watch my channel are probably just like, just do more Space Engineers. What's the problem? Why is there a decision? Just do it. And I mean, granted, it's an awesome game, and I know it's new, and it's always fun to see new videos on new games and all that. So that's why I run it as often as I do. I think there's just a part of me that thinks if I did nothing but Space Engineers, or did it way more than anything else, I think I would just kind of go crazy or get burned out. I think that's what I really am afraid of, is getting burned out, or something like running out of ideas, you know, stuff like that. That kind of concerns me with running the same games all the time, you know. Or not the same games all the time, but just a lot of the same game, I guess is what I probably should say. Like, let's do 2 episodes a day, and it'll all be Space Engineer, you know, stuff like that. I really think, like, I would probably just get really super burned out. So yeah, I mean, the other thing I have to check into is some of the content of some of the newer stuff coming out. Like, I think, for those of you that haven't watched some of my other videos where I mentioned it before, I have a GameFly subscription that I use to get a lot of games that I can't afford to just buy. I'm very picky about the ones that I actually buy, and most of everything else that I just want to play, but I don't know if it would be worth it, I usually just rent through GameFly. And I have, like, the new Thief on my GameFly queue, but the more I see on it, the more it looks really awesome. So I think that comes out, I want to say, it's either like the middle of this month, February, or like early March or something, maybe. I'm not too sure on when it actually releases, but the more I see on it, the more it looks pretty freaking awesome, to be honest. A lot of the problem that I see is I usually only buy stuff that has a really high replay value. Because that's a really big deal for me. If I'm gonna drop like 65 bucks or whatever they are now to buy a game, I want to know that I can play that sucker for a while before I run out of stuff to do. And so stuff like Assassin's Creed, where it's a really big open game, lots of collectibles, so that even after the story there's still, you know, a lot to do. Things like that. Those games interest me a lot, because I feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of them. So some things, you know, a lot of people are, like, what's recent ones? A lot of shooters. I'm picky with my shooters. I like Killzone, I like Battlefield, and I've gotten really burned out on Call of Duty. I've played like the last, I don't know, 3 or 4. And Black Ops 2 was the last one that I played, and I went into that one extensively. Like, I had over half of the gold camo for the sub machine guns and stuff like that. Like, I really went at that one hardcore, and I think I just got burned out after a while. And then they're like, Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm like, another one? So, I don't know, I might get into the I gotta get rid of this wall. This wall is in my way. I might get into the next Treyarch one, like Black Ops 3 or whatever they end up doing. Because I've actually grown to like the Black Ops ones more for whatever reason. Though keep in mind, I probably won't do stuff on my channel for Call of Duty again, because there's too many variables. You know, you got a lot of people that do kind of vulgar or profanity-based player names, things like that, that you see on the screen all the time that would be too hard to edit. There's a lot left and right that I'd have to deal with, and so that's why I never really did any Call of Duty type stuff. I play them, but I probably won't do YouTube stuff on it. I do have... I recently got Gran Turismo 6, which is fun, and the new Need for Speed, what is it, Rivals on PS4. Those are fun. I don't know if they'd be good for a YouTube series, though, to be honest. Because it's kind of like race, done, race, done, race, done, race, done. You know, I might do like a montage video or something of random clips of fun stuff or something, but I don't know that I'd make an actual, like... You know, and in this episode, this is what we're doing, because I don't think there's really a stable enough way to do that. So yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm interested in, so, but I figured I'd, you know, mention it to everyone who watches my stuff and see what you all had to say about it, and your thoughts on things you'd like to see, or wouldn't enjoy, like if I mentioned something, it's like, no, I really wouldn't watch that. You know, that's also good to know, so that I don't end up posting videos on something no one cares about. But the new Thief game looks interesting. If it keeps panning out the way that it looks like it might, I may end up doing a series on that one if the content is feasible to where it's either, you know, not got much in it, or that I'd have to edit, or... Oh, out of all that, we got one. Lovely. So there's a part of me that's almost thinking I might need to convert a different asteroid into the tree. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. For the tree farm, anyway. What did I come up here for? I came up here for something. Oh, do I need the 3D? I do need the 3D printer to make lights. Oh, actually, we're a little bit low on time, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know it was a little more talky than production, but we did get a lot done in essence. I'll go back down here to finish this off. We did get a lot done. I did get the measurements done so that we know where our farms are going to be. And what I will most likely do is have the platform stretch across here, and then have like a section, I don't know, like here down, or maybe 3 down, that's just the platforms, and then there's no dirt, so that you can jump up and down here and get to the appropriate level that you want. Something like that, maybe. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. As I said before, feel free to leave feedback on series that you do or don't want to see happen. I always am looking for feedback so that we all have fun, you know, and don't just... Some things like the Metal Gear, I just kind of did because I've always been a Metal Gear fan, so I wanted to do a series on it, but most everything I do, you know, I want to make sure that everyone's happy with and wants to watch. Otherwise, there's really not a whole lot of point in doing it, is there? You make videos so people will watch them. So, yeah. That's pretty much all I have for today. So go ahead, and if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you have thoughts on future series and games you'd like to see on my channel, feel free to let me know. And no suggestion's a bad suggestion. You know, I mean, if I don't think it will fit with the content kind of requirements or whatever that I've kind of set up for myself for what I want on my channel, I will let you know. You know, but don't feel free to suggest whatever you want. You know, I've had a few people that are like, you should play Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, I've played Grand Theft Auto, but I'm not posting videos on that. That's not going to happen. So, if I got it edited to where I'd feel okay posting it, it would be an absolute nightmare to edit. So, you know, stuff like that, but feel free to suggest whatever you want, and I will let you know whether or not it's possible, or you'll see it happen, or whatnot. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!